These voices from God, these hallucinations, do you still experience them?
Yes, I do.
Often?
Often.
Do you ever feel violent?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
I'm back!
Just point and shoot. Just point and shoot.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to us recording our conversations for your entertainment, because we are worth $1 million. $1 million per capita.
That's,
False teeth. False. How do you know when someone is speaking with false teeth? When they have a hypersibilant S.
Coming to you live from beautiful BC, this is our beautiful minds.
Don't fucking dox me, bro.
So we have a very nice creative living environment of this fluorescent green that not only enters your eyes so that you can process it visually, but quite literally physically travels inside of your brain and turns it green as well. In case you've been wondering how Liam has dilapidated his brain to the point of creating Liam Does Stuff and everything that's on it, paint your walls green, like this fucking viral, sterile kind of green,
This room is a biohazard.
and you'll know. You'll know.
If you peer your ear into the wall, you'll hear. That's how you know. That's how you know shit's fucked. So what kind of pod? I want to say actually, I apologize for the shitty audio. I'm so sorry. Because turns out it's not a issue of the condenser microphone, it's an issue of my camera. So I gotta get a new camera. This camera sucks. And I'm really sorry, you guys.
So, Liam Does Stuff. What is this podcast for?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Nick. So what kind of podcast is this gonna be? Is this gonna be like your female gossip red talk table? Yeah, so about that Will Smith slap. What was that? Yeah, I mean, I get. Or is it a motivational podcast? I start every morning with
I crack an egg on my skull and I fry it. And I walk into my walk-in frying closet.
because it's always better to hunt the prey.
And start off your day hard-boiled. Yourself, motherfucker.
It's always best to hunt your prey and then eat the prey. It feels the most satisfactory when you've gotten it yourself. In the same way that I might shoot a deer with a Remington and then turn that into venison. We're not doing that. What else could it be? Could it be just like, what's going on with these, could it be some kind of off the cuff? Just let loose. Just let loose. Just this, it's a free show. It's a comedy show.
Guys, I mean, what's going on with the world right now? It's so crazy and wacky.
What the hell, man?
You
see the Oscar slap? Oh, maybe, if we're going down that route, it could be a dad cast.
Oh.
I bought my kids a bunch of toys, and they don't play with them. The big gut and slam it on the table.
Guys, I'm literally a bear right now. I mean, like, I drink like 8 cans of fucking beer a day. Isn't that, like, come on. Give me something.
Like a self-deprecating fat cast. Maybe that's what this is.
Unfortunately, we don't have the budget to do that yet because food has gone so morbidly expensive that we can't be morbidly obese and therefore fat. So,
A damn shame.
unfortunately, we're left brandless. We're not fat. We haven't had our brain lines severed to the point where we can drop down so low as to do a red table gossip. And we also don't have, what was the other thing you talked about?
I don't know. They're all fucking forgettable. They're all one big giant. They should get like Jada Pinkett Smith, Burt Kreischer, Joe Rogan. Like, just, put them all in one room and see what happens. See what kind of nightmarish microcosm of word soup you can get from that.
No, you'd end up with something like last one laughing.
You get a fungal.
What a fucking train wreck. What did they think was gonna happen? It's basically like putting the class clown, like putting every middle school classroom's class clown in a room together, and then you just end up with like one giant chamber of like everyone fighting for each other's attention. Like the whole fucking point of it is, the objective is of course gonna be them going like, "What, do you think that was funny? Oh, you think you're a funny guy? Not even laughing. Bro, do you see me laughing? Do you see me laughing? Like, who asked?
No, being serious.
Look, who asked?
This is how you can tell I'm being serious. Look, this is my serious face. I'm being fucking serious, guys.
Why the fuck did they think that was going to be good for a comedy show?
It's a little bit like 5th grade science class, where you just want to like mix a bunch of chemicals. Like, what happened if I put mouthwash and nuclear cyanide?
Unfortunately, they probably have ventilation in that place, so you couldn't concoct some sort of like mustard gas and slowly watch all these quite literal masses of cells, and like you can't give them any other attributes. You can't call them by their name.
Sorry, Mr. Jim Jeffries. Your stand-up comedy show has been severely altered, and half the tour dates have been canceled due to COVID. So when you're going to get on stage, you need to wear this mask, this respiratory mask, so that, and to ensure that you stay alive through the smog and fire, you have to go like this between every joke. So like you tell a joke, okay, boom. And everyone is going to pretend that it's A-okay.
And we also have a 12.5-inch plexiglass wall between you and the audience. So it's going to be going through like a shitty condenser microphone, like a border security microphone on the other side. And you've got a little slot at the bottom there in case any fans want to like give you some flowers or something like that. And maybe if you want to do like some if you want to do any sort of physical comedy, we're also providing you with a towel to wipe off the plexiglass to get all to get the condensation off of it so the audience can see.
You can exhale on it and draw like a dick or something.
You know, just go crazy, just go wild. What we want this to be for you is an environment where you can really just be yourself. Behind a 12.5-foot wall of plexiglass, while wearing a respirator mask, and also trying to survive with spears being thrown at you.
So basically, guys, let me bring it down to brass tacks. The kind of podcast this is going to be is we're not going to be on the left. Oh my God, the right are so erratic. It's storming the Capitol. We're not going to be the right either. The leftists are taking our shit, and the pronouns and the colored hair. None of that stuff. We're gonna kind of be centrists, but we're going to lie about being centrists earnestly, right?
I don't think we should look up or down. You know, that's the one good
joke from Don't Look Up. Yeah,
I shouldn't have even referenced that. Now, that's the first movie reference that we've done so far.
And it's Don't Look Up.
Fuck.
Damn.
Right.
I think what this podcast really is going to be a deep dive into the modern day youth
and our beautiful minds, of course.
Yeah, we are here to put on full display our beautiful minds, all the nooks and crannies of our beautiful minds.
I'm like John Nash, but for comedy. And you're like Scarface, but for laughs, you know?
Yeah, I'm like the Tony Soprano of leaving carbonated water cans in the background of my videos. And stealing loose change. Sorry if you're trying to sleep while listening to this. Did you ever see? Oh, now we're just going to be one of those. We're just going to lay back and watch videos.
What do you mean?
Hey, you see that?
No, I'm using this to record the transcript in case we forget anything.
That's what this is. It's not for you. You are nothing to me.
You happen to be here, okay? So be thankful.
We should have called this the Fly on the Wall podcast. The Fly on the Wall TV.
But it's less so about them, the flies on the wall, and more so about us and our beautiful minds.
What are they talking about?
I feel like it's a little bit too high octane. We do actually have something planned for this first episode, though. I have been planning this for a while. Like, I just told you about it yesterday when we started doing it. But I actually have been talking to people that we could get in the podcast. And I'm not even kidding. I actually...
What?
This is a big surprise, but I actually got... I asked a couple questions, and, you know, there's been some people who've responded, but I actually got Jaden Smith to give us a response.
No way!
Because I wanted something to start off this episode right.
Hitler!
So, without further ado, we're very thankful to have him on. He's only going to be here for a little bit, but...
Hi, Jaden!
Here's, hold on, let me connect him here. Here's Jaden Smith. Okay, I don't think it's loud.
Oh, let me call him on my phone, maybe, because your speakers are kind of bad.
You send me the link to the video, please.
Yeah, so...
Greg and Rowley failing on stage. Oh, the magic show, it's so awkward.
Yeah, that was...
until 4:30 or something.
Jaden Smith, ladies and gentlemen, we're so glad to have him on.
Welcome, Jaden Smith.
Well, he already left, but it was nice having him while he was here.
He was here.
Yeah.
A lapsing moment in time.
We're very grateful that Jaden Smith took time out of his busy schedule to talk about the political and economic state of the world right now. And I think that we should start treating him with a little bit more respect because, unfortunately, I have heard that Jaden Smith might die on August 26th, 2022. I don't know from what.
That gets me thinking about all the times I wasn't respectful to Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Oh man, all the things I said, like, oh, what a Weasley product of nepotism, what a loquacious little twerp. Those awful things that I said.
But you're gonna be feeling a whole lot of remorse and post-mortem artistic regret, and also condolence. After,
I'm listening. I'm learning.
Because, unfortunately, on August 26th, there is a chance that he could die. And from what that is, I don't explicitly know.
16 days after my birthday.
It might be poison. It might be a bullet through the head. It could be something a lot worse, like a pipe bomb sent through his drainage system. And while he's shitting, and it goes up into his ass, and he gets blown apart like a Looney Tunes shotgun, or a cheese string, perhaps.
Yeah.
But regardless, he might die on August 26th, and we just want to send our condolences out
Preemptively. And also a preemptive apology for our naive young perspectives. Because we don't know how the world works. We don't know.
Man.
We're just kids.
We should be having fun. You know what we should be doing? These are the best years of our lives, man.
So if we say...
I should be riding in a truck down Low-Heat Highway right now with my hands in the air and drinking a can of Bud Light and kissing my girl. But I got that taken away. You know why?
Why?
I don't know.
Joke fail. Nice fail. Nice fail.
But regardless,
Mr. Smith.
if my post-secondary plan, plan A, doesn't work out, I think that there is going to be a bright future for me as a private military contractor in the water wars. Now, I have been doing my research, and I've been thinking whether I want to go with Blackwater or SC Johnson, but I think I'm a little bit more on the SC Johnson side, because I
The
feel,
family company?
Yeah, the family company. There's that. It's a nice slogan. I die by that. And also, I would much rather fight for baby products, baby powder, shampoo, and all that. Because I feel like Blackwater just doesn't have enough, like, homey values. Like within the family. Like, SC Johnson, I know them. I've accepted them into my family. Their products are on my shelves. I see their advertisements. I know their names.
Those heartwarming commercials.
And the babies, who doesn't like the babies? So when I'm fighting...
Squishy babies.
So when I'm pulling the trigger on the last guy defending the water reservoir in South Bangladesh, I'll know that at least I'm doing it for a company that cares. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters,
Wow. What a naive young perspective. The people who know better are comment down below all the facts that you need. Well, yeah, if you're so much better, why don't you start a podcast, buddy? That's what I say. Why don't you start a podcast? Because everyone wants to hear your thoughts.
Well, right now this is about our beautiful minds.
Base department?
I don't even know where the fuck this is going.
This is just like... Because we're trying to...
I think this is, I wanted to start this off as more so just like a conversation about the type of work that we're going to be doing. Maybe a little bit of an insight into this Liam Does Stuff character that everybody's wondering and talking about. But, unfortunately, I feel as though for this past, 10 minutes? It's sort of devolved into like open mic night between us both for the camera. We're not supposed to give these people our attention. This is supposed to be between us. They just happen to be here. So like, what's going on? I feel like there's like a barrier of communication.
They're like the Call of Duty spectators.
I feel like
watching through the map.
I feel like to break
Outside
this wall. I feel like to break this wall, I really need to make a brand for myself here, because these people don't even know who I am.
No.
They know you.
Yeah.
They can associate with you. They can empathize with you.
I mean, I make funny skits, movie reviews, little memes here and there.
Oh my goodness, tell me about, like, when you released, like, you really spoke to the people when you released Ballad of the N-Word. And they love you for it. Because now...
They love me so much.
Because now, you're like Nick Cage. The Ballad of the N-Word. Now you know what it's like to be Nick Cage. With all the people in your comment section saying, "Hey Liam! Liam! Hey Liam! Why won't Joker say the N-Word? Yo, Liam! When I was watching The Lion King, I was thinking Scar is like Joker, and Simba is like Batman, and then Chief Gordon is sort of like the Mufasa, and maybe you should do like an N-word parody, like the Lion King of the N-word, you know?
Yeah. Whenever I see those comments, all I see...
To all those people, drink Drano.
Whenever I see those comments, all I think is like a bicycle helmet filled with random stickers from like Spencer's. You got like Rick and Morty, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, Dragon Ball Z. And it's just like filth.
I think the main problem with the internet is that you can hear everybody.
No.
But we went off on a tangent here. I was trying to introduce myself to the people and let them know who I am. because I've actually been behind the scenes on a lot of Liam's projects.
He's the mastermind. He's the guy in the chair.
I actually had a 6-second audio clip as part of Ballad of the N-Word, where I said, "Give me all the Dogecoin."
You did say that.
That's basically my largest credit in any sort of work so far. But that's all going to change because we're making a movie. And it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be made from our beautiful minds. And I think that it might push us to a post-racial paradise. Somewhere around there. But anyways, I'm Nick.
None of that distorted postmodern crap. It's like you're gonna see it on the big screen.
It's gonna solve it, basically.
Mr. Nicholas.
Oh, no. Don't say that. Don't say that. We're not using my full name here. My name is Nick. And you're not gonna say my last name, and you're not gonna say my full first name, and you're not gonna say anything about me that could be tied back to who I am as a person, because once this podcast starts going on like the right-wing trajectory and we eventually start veering off and talking about racial politics and all this other wonderful stuff, I still want to be hired by Walmart.
Your stuff can't be...
In case my post-secondary plan doesn't work out.
Your stuff can't be out there. I'm listening. I'm learning. That'll be like a reoccurring catchphrase with every episode. And we'll port this audio to Spotify too, and SoundCloud, and iTunes.
On all platforms.
Cha-ching! He's seeing dollar signs. We've got to have money.
So I've been the mastermind behind a lot of Liam Does Stuff videos.
Right.
I was actually featured in the non-shim video. I don't think you have that up anymore though.
They have no fucking clue what that is. So don't even bother mentioning that.
I was the Eggman in Bad YouTube Ads, the finale. Thank God that's over.
Embarrassing.
That's also deleted.
Everything's gone. Everything's purged. And to the person running the Liam Does Stuff archive, please stop.
This is a message to you.
Please stop.
This is a public address.
This is a call out. This was all a ploy to just get to you.
Whoever you are, if you're watching.
Nah, get all this stuff out of the way. I'm looking at you, buddy. Whoever you are. Liam was being a whiny bitch and he was deleting all the videos. Yeah, for good reason. Because I was small and feeble and ignorant, and I made bad videos that were moronic and egotistical. And that's not who I am now. I just kind of came out of my shell in the manner of a tarantula. How it takes its skin off. Whatever that's called, like shelling or some shit. Shedding. He shed his skin.
Sort of like.
And then he scuttled away to make very intelligent short films.
Can you believe that we used to be watching Liam Does Stuff when he didn't have the Chief Keef intro? I mean, what the fuck were we doing then? Thank God, now at least I have some stimulation when I watch it.
Got them burns. You know I got them burns. We just started an a cappella channel. Like Maytree or Smooth McGroove. And we should put very bright dentures in our golden retriever's teeth. Dogs with human teeth. Hey Jamie, can you pull up that clip? Oh, now we're doing parody. Now this is a satire of podcasts. Because it's much easier to just critique everything instead of making your own shit. Which is why I think we should revert back to just dad jokes and Shakespearean sonnets.
Your mother's bonnet is of the likeness to that of a fly. That right there was my favorite scene from Hamlet.
You know what I hear all the time at school? Oh, and this is the part where someone's going to clip this and they're going to put Liam Bilski on school. Liam Bilski on the movie Mulan. Liam Bilski on dollar stores.
I can't wait to be part of the problem.
I can't wait to be a grifter.
Anyways, go on. Come on, get the clips, get the footage.
Yeah.
Branding.
Yeah. Okay, you guys want your money? You guys want these $1 million words? Here they come. I hear I always hear kids at school say they don't like Shakespeare. Shakespeare is so fucking boring. And I think they have a reason to not like Shakespeare. And that's because Shakespeare is really old. But they're not even cool enough to say that. They just say it's stupid. So I think they should point to, when you pull a Shakespeare book off the shelf, you have to go like, because it's so dusty. Counter-argument. Point of contention. It's like a bait and switch. Like you thought I was going to actually say something true, and then I pulled the rug out from under ya.
We also need the voice rasp that comes after doing 20 years of hard drugs.
Hey guys, it's Steve-O.
Because otherwise you weren't funny.
Yeah.
I truly believe that's actually one of the most important parts of being a funny guy online. Well, I mean, if you're going to use your own persona, if you're not just going to like sit behind an editing screen and just make grande shit. But if you're not doing that, you better have like the perfect kind of raspy voice where it's not like, you know, Sue after like 30 years of cigarettes and you've got a hole in your throat.
35 cents. Hey, Stat Muffin, you want to fuck my throat hole?
But it's got to be somewhere on the good, the good sliding scale.
Hey guys, it's Steve-O. Have you heard of the vaccine? Go see Jackass Forever.
Where you're sort of like, it's somewhere between Steve-O on the high end and Tim Dillon on the low end.
Whoa, don't mention our comedic heroes, because then they're going to look into those people and they're going to notice that we're aping off of them.
Then they're going to have a better source of comedy. We can't let them have that.
Yeah. We have to be their non-stop shop for...
Welcome to the... Stop. Welcome to the... station.
This is Dr. Phil's medical podcast, fill in the blanks. That's what that... We need top premium medical advice. That's what we're missing. And that's what I mentioned, Nick. Oh, let's do that. Let's do that joke where it's like, we rehearsed this already. We went over this. It's like, a hopeless broadcast falling apart. It's so embarrassing. Am I here? Am I there?
Let's have like 10 seconds of dead air.
Yeah, just, my parents like good music, so I can't like that music. Is it real or is it true? Do we have confidence in our words, or are we simply humoring conviction? You'll never know. It's scary to talk in front of people. I hate doing it. I want you guys to Google something so that you guys can get a good understanding, or maybe Nick can pull it up. No, I can pull it up. I'll be courteous. I'm always trying to take better initiative. That's why I got fired. The Stuff. The 1985 film, The Stuff. Talking in front of people feels a lot like this. This poster for the film The Stuff, which is about like deadly ice cream, I think. I've never seen it. I was saying.
Oh man,
it's like
stuff.
The backlash! Ah! But then at a certain point, if you're talking about racial politics at, say, the Super Bowl in front of a bunch of people, it almost doesn't matter anymore because of the sheer amount of attendees. The problem becomes so astronomically large and overwhelmingly and cumbersome that you just kind of diffuse that bomb within yourself that's like, oh, they're gonna laugh at me, oh, they're gonna laugh at me. And you can just let it go. Just let those thoughts, come out.
Should I do our sponsor segment?
Oh, yes. Can't forget that.
Alright, folks.
Fucking, I can't do like a. How do you do like an Alex Jones kind of?
Listen up. I'm kind of retarded. Alright, folks.
I'm not.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
folks.
fucking do that. All right, folks. We got some very good products for you here. Our first sponsor of this podcast is Causebox, or what was formerly known as Causebox. Liam, could you like edit it? Could you like throw up the photo of like Causebox? You can throw the photo up with photo editing magic. As you can see, folks, it's a beautiful design. It's inspired by, what's the name of that bitch? The one with the unibrow?
Frida Kahlo is the...
Frida Kahlo, yeah. They got like women there with like Frida Kahlo unibrows. It's very nice. You pay... How much is it? You pay... So you pay like $15 per box around there. And it's got a whole bunch of lovely things in it. So basically you're paying for a cause. All the money that's sent to Causebox is used either for funding proxy wars in countries that, proxy wars that matter. Or, alternatively, it's used for CEOs for a vegan funding program for people who are associated with Causebox, who happen to be the owners. And they'll only purchase products for themselves which are conscious of the environment. They're vegan foods, all the things that they want to buy for themselves, but they're good. And what you get in a Causebox is a lot of wonderful stuff. It really helps the cause because you're behind it, you're pushing it.
So everyone knows that you're doing good, and then the good that you do becomes good on the planet as well.
Let me just see what they got in this month, because we have to say this. What's on the script? Okay, this month we have 6 items in the Causebox. We have a perfume. We have anthrax gummies. What else is there? What's this thing? Oh, a coexistence bumper sticker. And then there's 3 unannounced items. So it's like a mystery, it's like a prize. Like you don't know what you're buying, but you buy it, and then they sort of give you the stuff that they don't want. And
unexpected bang for your buck. It's like a sneak attack,
So if you like sneak attacks, and you want to pay for them, while also helping the world keep pumping and churning whatever sort of movements are being, just
stealth
going on.
Stealth subdue for you. I love you.
You can do that. You can buy a Causebox. You can get your bumper sticker identity for yourself, and you don't even know what it's going to be. Like you don't even know what the next part of your identity is going to be. Who you're going to be this month. Who are you going to be this month with Causebox?
What impulse are you going to be a slave to this month?
Are you going to be? Are you going to take to the streets to protest like silicon microchip production?
We got to bleep the word protest.
It's a movement. It's not a protest. Because we're changing it. Have you ever thought about the fact that people call it a revolution and it has merchandise? Have you ever thought about that fact? Don't you think that's a little bit like an oxymoron? sort of like, okay, it's a revolution, but at the same time, we're having these big multi-billion-dollar companies that we're revolutionizing against support us every step of the way and help us progress the awareness of this revolution and you know, be a part of the production and the selling of the merchandise that supports the revolution. And basically, if you buy a leather jacket that has the Black Panthers, you know, like the Black Panthers, like the radicalist. Well, I mean, fucking.
Not the awesome freaking movie. Not that one.
No,
like the real world event.
Like the ones that got like weapons and were like, you know,
the scary
for
one.
violence.
The scary one that's not rated PG-13. It's rated R. No, NC-17. That's a step above.
Now they had a good cause, but regardless of that, if you buy a leather jacket now from Instagram through your online shopping to get it delivered to your house, to have that Black Panthers jacket, when you yourself have not even inflicted a paper cut to anyone else, but you're wearing a Black Panthers jacket, literally a movement that is advocating for violence and burning in the streets, chaos, bloodshed.
Al-Qaeda beanie.
But now you just sort of buy it because it's like it's in vogue, like it's sort of like, you know, it's fashionable, you know.
It's like it's like an Antifa, you know,
Yeah.
progressive move. It's the zeitgeist is not Beatlemania
And it looks pretty damn good.
or the Joker movie anymore.
But basically,
We're going through a culture shift.
yeah, it's a revolution. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is there's multiple stages of an ideology's life. There's its conception. That's when it starts, you know, then it gains traction, it grows, like all living things. And eventually, no matter how good it is, it will die. Now that's usually where it ends off. But if you are
come to an end.
But if you are so unfortunate as to be brought up again 20, 30, 40 years later in the future, and you have any sort of marketability towards whatever ideology it was, then you enter this horrible post-mortem phase where the dead corpse of your ideology is now rigged up by corporations and sort of danced across like a dead limp puppet. And that's when you start, that's when you go beyond death. That's when your ideology now becomes a marketplace product. That's when you get shit like Thirsty Buddha. It's a real thing.
What?
It's a real fucking thing.
Thirsty Buddha?
While we were at 7-Eleven, I saw fucking
Amy Winehouse flavored Pepsi.
That's not that bad. That's not like Lady Gaga with Polaroids, even if there's a complete fucking disconnect between the product and that. But what's even worse is when the product itself is a contradiction of what the ideology was. Thirsty Buddha. Millions of cans being shipped across, labeled, sent all across Canada and the United States. People popping open the silver lids and glugging up their Thirsty Buddha synthetic coconut, whatever the fuck flavorings they put in there.
Don't listen to this guy. Go to work. What do you want? Are you listening to this while operating heavy machinery? You sly dog.
I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking, oh, I should quit this job. Oh, I should do something more useful with my life. Oh, you know, there's all this. People used to be able to have whatever work, whatever time it was that they put into their lives towards something that they actually cared about. But now it's just sort of like a, you know, now work is just maintenance. Now it's just homeostasis of your life, so you can go back to your house to stay entrapped within the Seinfeld goop stasis while you munch on your saccharin gummies. And basically, it's a whole lot of fun.
Somebody tell that Liam kid shut up. He keeps reenacting what Nick is saying and not saying anything of substance. He's like the fake MSG chemical of what he's saying. You know, he always brings great political commentary to the table.
Oh, no, great.
And then
great.
Liam just kind of subordinately sits there like... He's like the squash from Plants vs. Zombies. Do you guys like physical comedy? Do you? I
Well,
hope
then I don't know
so.
why you're listening to a podcast.
Yeah,
While we
you
do
can't
it.
see it. Dummy. If I had a nickel for how stupid you were, I'd have 5 nickels.
Don't steal that line, by the way. That's
Yeah,
com-
and let's
that's-
also
that's in our
not use that
upcoming
line in a
strip.
future project, because then they're going to look back. They're going to look back. They're going to look back.
And 3 years later, they're going to be seeing a movie in theaters that was made by Nicholas
Brukowski.
It's gonna be seen by people in theaters 3 years later.
Honey,
like-
you want to go see a movie?
Unhinged next.
Why is this-
Men in Black 1 fly? The fucking fly character.
Is that better? My question is, why is his wife sitting in the back? Honey, you want to go see a movie?
Honey, do you want to go see Planet the Future? Made by Little Busky and Nick, last name.
Whoa, that title. What was that? You just kind of zoomed past like you were a Bugatti. Like, building the future. What was that? I don't understand. We gotta tell them.
I thought the people already knew.
Uh-uh.
Are you hiding shit from your audience?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hide everything. I hide my political ideologies. I hide my family. That's about it, really.
You're so mysterious, you know that?
Yeah, nobody knows who I am. Nobody. I'm just a character online.
Just, I'm like telling you.
Everything about me is fake, and if you meet me in real life, I'll start sweating. Is what will happen. Like I remember I went to see Faster Pussycat Kill 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 at the Rio Theater in Vancouver, and someone on my letterbox commented, "I was just at that theater. I could have met my hero." That's a real story. It's my serious face. I'm being serious.
My serious face, right? See? I'm a hero. See that?
I'm
See
here,
that?
and then I'm here, and then I'm here.
This is my face when I realized that I was a hero to somebody.
Now you see me, now you don't. Yeah, and I was just lit up with joy and elation when I saw this comment. I'm like, well, you could have came up to me, but I retract my statements. Do not ever, if you see me in public, you'll be disappointed. Don't ever meet your heroes. It's very true. Because, yeah, you're going to meet me and find that I'm a very boring person. Actually,
It's all just a front. It's all just a front for the camera. I have 2 rules, 2 generally applicable rules in life, and I'm gonna write about them in a what the fuck is his name? Something Green? Alan Green?
Tom
No.
Green.
No, whatever the fuck, something Green named, like the guy who wrote 52 Rules of Power. I sort of have my 2 rules, and it's not something you should follow, but it's just general truths about the world. It's, number 1, don't be a bullshitter, and number 2, it's all just the front.
Yeah.
And this is just like for anything that goes on. Like, if you're given an assignment to cut up in kindergarten, like you're given an assignment to cut like the paper people with like a chain that's like going across holding
hands across America.
That's a front.
Right.
You have to realize that. That's a front. That's the paper people. Do you wonder why they give you the color of paper that they do for those paper people? Do you wonder why they're attached at the hands? Do you wonder why the people are then clipped with a pin inside of their arm as they get spread across the classroom, and now you have this chain of this simulacrum of people fused together at the hands, thrown up on the wall there for you to see every second of the day, sort of like a human effigy, but they can't do that, so they kind of wind it back and they think, let's make a paper people cutout. It's sort of like what we used to do with the stakes and the people put on the stakes and the body parts on the stakes, and you made these, we actually had some art back then. We made blood murals, and we had beating hearts on the ends of large wooden poles, and when you looked at that you said, wow, that's really something. But nowadays, what do you have? You got paper people, you got people like that fucking video of the guy with the marker going across the wall and he jumps on the trampoline, and is that? I'd say there's probably more artistic merit in corporate, like the branding and designs of products that we buy than what's actually in the art galleries now. So now what are we left with? We went from, heart, literally and figuratively, and soul and passion put into what we used to make around our wooden palisaded encampments, and now we've gone to Cosbox.
And Rice Krispies?
And sugary, sweet and sweet! Koala cup, live wires, tropical Swedish fish, Swedish berries, fuzzy peaches, drumsticks, Sprite, Tic Tac, 7-Up, Twizzlers, Nibs.
Hey yo, give me some nibs. Oh yeah. I was gonna say this to Nick, just as a conversation.
We zoom past building the future, though.
Oh my god. Even on camera, we're out of sync. We're just all out of sorts. Mustard or ketchup?
It's a silly little concoction, and we go off track, and it's like, whoa, he's going on a tangent again. What's he going to talk about this time? It's going to be some manufactured outrage for the sake of advancing their podcast. It's like...
I believe it was on WikiHow where I read that to keep yourself safe and circumvent a school shooter, you should move in a zigzag pattern. That's kind of what we're doing, but it's like for comedy.
It's sort of like to avoid the silence.
Somebody stop me! Whoa.
You get the fucking washroom stall kicked in.
Yeah.
The guy puts a Saiga 12K up to your fucking face. Oh shit, it's Liam! Hey Liam! Dude, hey! I wanted to ask you this for so long. As he's holding the fucking 12-gauge shotgun to your face. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah?
Could you do that Jim Carrey impression you always do?
Oh, no problem.
Go ahead, say it.
Say the line, Bart.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a spicy meatball!
Oh man, that's fucking great. Alright, I'll let you go this time. I'll just jump through the window. He just fucking storms off.
I think the gymnasium door is unlocked. Just skedaddle.
You know what? No. You know what? All proceeds from this podcast are going to be going towards a good cause. They're all going to be going towards art scholarships. Because God knows we need more of those. I wonder why we have such a shortage of doctors here in Canada. Maybe it's due to the fact that there's 50 art scholarships for every one science-related one. And aside from that, you need to be part of the most fringe fucking group possible in order to be applicable for any sort of like science-related scholarship. You need to be like...
We're in the end game now. Trademarked by Marvel.
Did you have a plastic bag tied around your head for more than 2 minutes as an infant? Look at what scholarships are available for. Probably at least a couple.
Did someone drop your head on the radiator when you were 5 years old? Come to SFU. You can dream my dream, you can dream my dream.
Like a water bug.
Yeah. I have some wholesome campfire stories because recently I started working at a non-specific movie theater. I gotta kind of beat around the bush. I gotta just proceed with caution around the subject matter of my job because I don't want to get fired about cast any aspersions about my workplace or the people that work with me.
The irony is lost. This is a message to my workplace. The irony is lost.
2 days ago now, the film Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness opened up.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So we have a lot of fun cleaning those theaters. if I recall, someone brought a full thing of Smirnoff Ice vodka and finished it.
You probably need that to get through a Marvel movie. I don't know them.
Well, it's just rather peculiar.
There's not too many types of movies that you need something to wash down with, but Marvel movies are one of them. It's sort of like this massive gelatinous chunk. It's sort of like one of those frozen dinner, like odd, strange meat, like mystery meat kind of thing, where it's sort of like this simulacrum of ham or whatever it is. And
I was also thinking like a dry KFC biscuit.
Or like that.
Water, please. That's the experience of watching a Marvel film, and then watching the actors in those Marvel films.
But there's a market for it. You know, there's a reason why people buy Popeye's biscuits.
Right.
There's sometimes you want to have something so big and heavy, and you want to be practically choking yourself, suffocating, because that'll at least bring you some life when you watch a Marvel film. You know, it's sort of like you're choking, you're on the verge, you're on the cusp of death, and you're more alive than you ever were. That's why you buy Popeye's biscuits and watch Marvel movies. There's a market for everything, really, let's be honest.
Truth be told. So I'm stocking the condiment stand, which is, napkins, salt, pepper, ketchup, butter, whatever. I'm wiping it down, I'm stocking it, and then this Russian mother comes out of the Doctor Strange.
Russian? Why'd you throw that in? Huh? Does that have to do with it?
No, because she
was she launching missiles in the theater?
No. No, not the face, not the face.
What, maybe she was waving around her Putin flag? You think that? Maybe she had like a big flag with like Putin on it and she was saying, like, long live the Putin regime? Something like that? Maybe she had an ICBM on standby and she brought the button with her in the theater and she said, I'm gonna watch this movie and if I don't like it, I'm pushing that big red button, buddy.
Come on, lady.
So you know what I
This is Doctor Strange. This is a communal event. We're all trying to...
Americans only, bitch.
This is our 9 to 5 escape, and you come in here waving your Putin this, Putin that. You're a hateful bitch. Look.
So what I then proceeded to do is I sweep leg kicked her onto the floor and then injected the palm of my hand right into her throat and dug in there and pulled up her carotid artery and fucking waved it around for the theater and everyone was cheering and it was red everywhere.
They'll go, "Ah!" in the same manner in which they would cheer for the return of Tony Stark in Iron Man Part 8.
And then I dug around her pockets and I pulled out that license, that KGB license they have, the license to kill. Because she was a KGB agent, so I'm lucky that I eliminated that threat. I'm very glad that all worked out. So I think the moral of the story here is just take a chance, Like, assumptions are wrong, racism is wrong, all of that, it's some pretty fucked up stuff, don't do it. But, if there's something that's currently happening and it's on the news, you sort of got to make an assumption that, yeah, okay, maybe this Russian is a KGB agent, and even if there's just a chance, I gotta take a chance, Because if you don't take a chance, then you could basically be like a tool of their destruction. You're basically like an accomplice in the murder of these wars. So go out there and just give it your all,
My mother's cackling downstairs because we just recently adopted a cat and now she has bought a laser pointer for the cat and she thinks it's hilarious that...
Oh, what a dumb bitch. What a dumb bitch.
She thinks it's hilarious that the cat's attention is drawn to it. So if you hear cackling, that's not a witch. It's not a witch stirring her cauldron.
My next concoction, apple stem.
It's actually my mother who I love dearly. Anyway, so this has gone way out of proportion. We got to wrap up this little story. This Russian mother comes out of the theater, and she's like, "So this is 3D movie, and they do not give us glass."
Okay, so
And then I proceeded to direct her to the handout bins of 3D glasses, which come in child sizes on the right side, or adult sizes on the left. That was how this story concluded. But there's also another great.
wait, that's the story?
Yeah, but no. There's a separate event on the same day, which was yesterday. There was a woman in a motorized cart, which is not inherently bad. Okay. Cool your jets, leftists.
It's just that the people who tend to be on those carts are scum of the earth.
Right. Correct.
Not all of them. It's not the cart that makes them bad. It's more so that they're bad people, that some of them happen to be on the cart.
Right.
So...
Bad people end up in carts.
so go on.
She burts over to the to the lineup to get in, and we're just cleaning up the previous showing. We've got the what the hell's it called? It's like what's the material that conveyor belts are made out of? Anyway, it's this strip that's like temporarily closed for cleaning. Then we take it off. And as I'm taking it off, this old woman with her family in the motorized cart, and she's got like a large Diet Coke in her cup holder.
And she comes up to me, and then completely unpromptedly, in fact, I'm nowhere even near the food section, she just says to me, completely out of context, chili cheese! And I don't even know what she's asking me about. I don't even know what she's talking about. I mean, it's not even a full sentence. She just makes a statement. She says, chili cheese. and so I respond to her. I'm trying to make sense of this. It's like talking to somebody whose language you don't speak. You're like, bye, and you point to the concession stand over there so they can waste their money there because you're obligated to as part of your job. You point there, say bye, eat, cheddar cheese. So then I try to get my supervisor over, see, because this might be escalating to violence. Maybe chili cheese is some sort of dog whistling that the Proud Boys is doing, where it's sort of like a statement that you make right before you make a blood sacrifice in the theater. But as I'm calling my supervisor, she just drives off. So it was quite a surreal event. I'm glad that I came out unscathed. I'm still wondering what she meant by that, and quite frankly, I find it sort of saddening that I witnessed the stereotype in action, because I think there should be less of that. I think that if you are part of a group of fat people, you're representing the rest of them, right?
Yeah. So
do your best to not represent, like what people think fat people might be like. Like if you're fat, okay, maybe you eat a lot of food, but that's a stereotype of fat people, so you can't say that. So you gotta turn around. You gotta say like, I don't know, just something other than that. Just don't talk about it, all right? Because as true as it is, if it happens to be true in your situation, then you're just sort of contributing to the stereotype. So don't do that. If you're fat, don't say the word chili and cheese. Please don't. Because you're basically getting rid of years of social progress.
Well, now you've put this story in a bit of a dilemma. There's a fork in the road. It's a choose your own adventure, because you get to choose now. What's funnier, the lie or the truth? Let me give it to you straight. What happened when this? Okay.
Entertainment is all a lie because reality is fucking boring. Let's be real here. All right.
That's gonna go on Google one day. It's gonna be a nice picture of you in a suit. It's gonna be black and white, and then it's gonna have a website a little website, shameful plug, just right at the bottom, and then above, that quote. So, as I unhook the temporary closed for cleaning belt thing, you can see her eyes light up, which is further accentuated by the type of glasses she was wearing. And she goes, "Let me in! Let me in!" And that's the 100% truth.
Okay, maybe your story is a bit more interesting.
Oh,
Let me in! Gas me up! Let me in!
like a anthropomorphized firecracker.
Come on, light me up and send me to the sky! I want to explode!
she was gonna turn into a tornado, like the Tasmanian devil.
Let me in, let me in.
Yeah.
Wait. I didn't quite understand.
Let me in! Let me in!
Are
Like
they
that.
Are they sort of like those airport escalator, like horizontal escalators? They just like sort of carry you faster. Is that what you're talking about, the conveyor belt thing?
Wait. Yeah, that sounds like some sort of,
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't listening.
One slap. Okay. So, we simply were cleaning up the previous showing of Doctor Strange. And
You're spraying the fecal matter to get rid of it. With the degreaser.
we had Christian candles. Bless this theater.
Getting rid of the unholy energy
Yeah.
from the fucking Marvel fans.
Don't even get me started on the Sonic theaters. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Some little fucking rat bastard threw nacho mess on the wall. So that was fun to clean it up. But I'm not going to complain. Yeah, so we were cleaning up, and we kind of went overtime because there was a lot. There was like 150 people at least from the previous showing. When we were finished, and there was this whole lineup of people, I unhook it. And the second I unhook it, that woman with the large Diet Coke and the motorized cart,
Let me in! Let me in!
like a pig, like, sweet!
Come on, let me into the slaughter chamber!
Yeah. She didn't know what she was getting into.
Surrounded by a
Go
fan.
see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness opening this Friday.
It's got like zombies and werewolves and
Everybody in this room hates you. Everyone is mad at you.
It's like black smoke. The new film, The Bad Guys, from DreamWorks Studios. It's about, the talking animals who... The good guys have to be the bad guys. At the end, and during the end credits, there's this catchy little tune. It goes like bint 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 bint. And I love cleaning the bad guy theaters, the bad guy auditoriums, because of that music. So I have like a soundtrack while I'm cleaning up disgusting, sticky, crushed Skittles and popcorn and smuggled in booze and gum from underneath the seats and
Gum.
gummies, and I like used Q-tips, biohazard shoes that have been there for 3 years. There's that in the men's change room. They actually have shoes that have been there for 3 years, and like
it's sort of like a staple of the community.
yeah,
Keep
and
it
they literally said, "Don't touch them."
They're
And-
biohazard.
Yeah, they're an actual biohazard. I don't know how that works, but apparently, when you leave stinking male BO clothing somewhere for a very long time, it becomes an actual biohazard. They told me like, yeah, all that stuff's been in there for years, and I'm sitting there like, so how come you guys haven't I didn't do it like that. You know, it was just kind of.
Why are you like a piece of shit?
Thinking about
Like,
quitting my job that I just started because of those smelly shoes and sticky socks. And then they straight up told me, yeah, don't touch them. We can't clear them out because they're a fucking biohazard. So that's kind of cool.
So I'm assuming
It's like Fallout!
I'm assuming it has to do with like employee liability, and they actually have to call like a professional service team.
They gotta call Billy the Exterminator. Whatever happened to him?
He's gonna wrangle the shoes into submission.
What's going on, guys? It's Billy the Exterminator. Today we got carnivorous shoes.
Do you mind if I open these windows? Because I feel like it's a bit too dark, or is that gonna like fuck your shit up?
It's gonna make the lighting so overexposed.
Wakey, wakey.
Wakey.
Wake up, son.
I guess a cool thing we could segue into is our movie.
That's I was gonna say. We
That's
should
like-
probably go back to the point that we were starting about half an hour ago.
Do you want me to introduce the?
You gotta give a description like the trailer, like when two friends get involved in a sticky situation, things go wrong, and then things get worse, and then tragedy turns to chaos, turns to hilarity, turns to something else entirely.
I want to imitate like choppy trailer dialogue.
That's hard to do.
It is kind of hard to do, but I've done it before. It's like, hi, my name is Ara Cheeler, and this is my movie. No, you're messing up the movie. Because everything needs to be condensed and compacted and cut down. For more information, read the chapter that discusses the destruction of linguistics in the film in the book 1984.
It's sort of like when they implemented the phone policy in my school, like 1984. Because then they have on the speakers, and the speakers are kind of like the speakers in 1984, and then they have like the big man. Yeah, and then they have group thinking. So at my school, they actually say, there is only one right answer to this math question. Like, yeah, okay, big brother, sure.
Hey Alexa, stop watching me. You know what she does? She doesn't listen. That's the one command she won't listen to. And also, will you suck my cock?
Leak back into me like gamma rays.
Okay.
I gotta look outside and see the beautiful world that's on the cusp of flames.
So me and Nick here, working on a little pipe dream that goes by the name of Building the Future. What is Building the Future? I'm intrigued.
What is it?
Satiate me and my curiosity.
What is Building the Future?
Okay, so
What's it called that?
oh, okay, so
What's going on?
Building the Future is a,
well, it's a movie. A little movie. Okay, I gotta stop this fucking bullshit. Working on a film called Building the Future. And building the future is, I guess we'll do like a synopsis. It's about a girl. Her name is Ara. Ara is a very pretentious, she speaks a lot of bafflegab. Google that if you don't know what that means.
Ara is Yoko Ono.
Yeah, she's basically Yoko Ono. Entitled. Very opportunistic. Very pretentious. And she does not make art of merit. She kind of makes like fake art. Like pompous sort of a picture of a man holding a cross like this on a mountain that's painted pink. Like just a bunch of shit. You know, you've seen it. Go to any art gallery, and you're gonna have some bad apples. You're gonna have like some bullshitter who does, you know, blank canvas, and then they put like one black square outline that's like slightly off centered.
And then it's a rock that's thrown into the canvas.
That's more
That's more up to
artistically and intrinsically valuable than something that
Fuck yeah,
Aura
even
or
that.
Yoko Ono would produce. So she sets out on this endeavor to create a film, a documentary that is about the emotional complications and the untold lives of construction workers.
Because they're so misjudged.
Don't judge a book by its cover. That's the moral of the story of her documentary. But it's ultimately a vanity project, because not only is she like,
she's been living her whole life up to this point basically funded by her parents.
Right.
And she's been able to just live on life support, on financial support from her parents, doing absolutely nothing but her little childish endeavors where she tries to come up with all this stupid, meaningless art that contributes to nothing, and she is a net drag on the economy all the way up until this point. And now her father is one of those types of people where his job is like a meaningless part of the bureaucratic process.
Yeah.
He's a middleman that has no purpose, and eventually his company actually had a de-weeding, and now he's actually, well, he was part of like some political, it doesn't even fucking matter. Basically, he's a piece of shit. Okay?
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, and he deserves to die, and he should be put on the stake.
You gritty dirtbag!
And now, unfortunately, Aura doesn't have the monies for everything that. Now, basically, her parents can only fund one more last financial project.
Yeah. End of the line for you.
So now, Aura this is her big shot. This is her big break into Hollywood.
Yeah.
She wants to get her first movie out, and it's going to be a documentary that she figured should be something that's, you know, pretty marketable, something that she can capitalize on, something you can just stick a faucet into and drain the sap out of.
Yeah.
And put it on film. Boom! Picture of a construction worker crying his balls off. $1 million shot. That's the money shot right there, and that's what she wants to
Very
get.
schmaltzy, very sappy, very emotionally manipulative.
It has to
It's
be
just perfect
explicit.
recipe. Yeah.
It has to be supporting the narrative that she comes into the documentary wanting.
Yeah.
And
Or we should kind of mention that the narrative that she's pushing is that like all construction workers, you know, have this you know, this little heart, just this little itty bitty heart. His heart grew 10 times that day when he discovered he loved Christmas.
And you know what I want people to think of me? I want them to say, he took 1 pinch of azosulfame potassium, 1 scoop of hydrogen fluoride, and a dash of, the fuck is it? Aspartame. And he mixed it together in a bowl, and he shared that bowl with the world and all whom he deemed deserved. And that's my story.
That's my story.
Because
I wear false teeth.
So anyways, what did I do? What did I do? What have I done?
You derailed this coaster, sir. ATV off-road. Okay, so she sets out to create that documentary, and here's the issue. So she puts out like this Craigslist, Facebook forum, whatever it may be. It's just like a placeholder. She puts it online. This like advertisement listing thing for construction workers willing to be the subject of my documentary. Each member of the crew gets $10,000 or a $1,000 check. And then she gets a reply that sticks out from a man named Leon. Then she meets this crew and begins production of this documentary, and they're all Scottish. So they.
So that's already a bad start.
And They are the exact opposite of what she had hoped for.
They basically they fall into the stereotype.
Yeah.
They are exactly what people expect them to be.
Yeah, which is she got so unlucky because that is vocal minority. That is, or just minority in general. Like the probability of something like that is so low, but it's like
But nonetheless, they fall into that.
yeah.
But that's not like entirely true. But like on the surface, it is. Basically, Ara spends all of this time trying to make the documentary, trying to twist it around it and go to what she set in to get. Which, that's sort of not the point of a documentary. It's sort of to,
You're
to
supposed to have an
record
unbiased.
things as they happen and basically show what's going on.
It's a documentary. It's supposed to be matter of fact, unbiased.
Rather than taking a picture, it's trying to paint a photograph and present it as a photograph.
And you can
Don't use fucking paint.
What?
You're painting the photograph and you're saying, look.
Don't paint your camera, it's gonna wreck it.
Don't put your camera in paint and then take it out and take a photo and tell me that's a photo. That's a photo with paint on it.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Rule number 1, don't be a bullshitter. Rule number 2, it's all a front. Photograph? No. Paint. That's a front. You violated 2 rules. You know what that means? 3rd rule, strike, and you're out, buddy. There is no 3rd rule yet, though.
Damn. It'll arrive in due time, 2 to 5 business days. So she's looking for that money shot, she's looking for emotional transparency and great hysteric downfall, and like, I hate my life!
Something that's very easily tangible and you can capture on camera, and it doesn't have to be too complicated, it's just like right there.
Yeah.
Look, you don't even have to dissect it, it's just right there for you,
Yeah.
So the goes around...
She's going in with like, I'm going to prove that construction is not a meathead low occupation, which goes against the public consensus. I'm going to prove them wrong. But she herself has this she's so deluded that she has this like ingrained mentality of she's patronizing them.
She's trying to contradict the stereotype so much that she ends up making the contradiction to the stereotype.
Right.
In her mind. So eventually, the problem is she can't get that. These guys are big. They're brawny. They. Here's the thing. Her original narrative that she was trying to come through with, which is that they're not all big meatheads. They have some complexity. So basically,
shoo alt-right comedy shoo. I hate women. What? I think I just spat. Hopefully that came across on camera.
So basically,
so the documentary was a disaster.
Well, I was gonna say that, but the construction workers actually are that. But it's the moral of the story is no matter how good your point or your intention or whatever point you're arguing is, if you have to do immoral things or like improper procedure to get it across, it's like yeah, okay, maybe I have to end up killing a couple children in order to get rid of this slave factory where they're making Apple products here. I have to bomb the factory and a couple kids might die. It's for a good cause because eventually the rest of the kids aren't going to have to work there. It's like,
we don't know. We don't know. It's our young, naive perspectives. And we're going to look back on this one day and we're going to go, what were we thinking? Talking about Nazis on YouTube.
I'm sorry. I was watching a fucking Tim Dillon episode last night. I shouldn't have done that.
Cock.
Now I think that I can talk about politics and be smart about it.
No, your intelligence is capped for now.
No.
You gotta get a doctorate.
I'm just... I feel like things like a
You gotta buy a subscription to get smarter.
I feel like a doctorate in philosophy is the equivalent of like them turning STEM into STEAM. Like, just throw the art kids in there so that way we can, like, siphon money from them on the STEAM camp.
You've reached an unplayable area. Continue watching? Okay, wait, so...
Back onto building the future.
Yeah, so I think they get the idea of what Ara's going for.
Building the future is not about
Nazis.
Nazis.
It's not. Ghost, no!
The Scottish people are not supposed to be a metaphor for Nazis.
It's not.
Just so you know.
So yeah, Ara's trying to push the narrative, and she's just, the whole thing is a disaster. She's trying to, keep things together.
Trying to get the storyline done that she set out to do from the start.
Yeah.
But it's not working.
Not working.
She's not getting that $1 million shot.
You didn't say the magic word.
And she's trying so desperately to, like, when at the smallest slight possible chance that she could twist something to have it fit what she the message she wants to get across, it just comes across as very sad and sickening.
Yeah.
Sad! Exclamation point in all caps.
What is it, like Drumpf? The Tan Man is bad.
Very sad!
Guys, making fun of people who hate Trump is so 2017. The Tan Man is bad. I'll have you know. Okay? In retrospect. The documentary was not good. She is left, as the synopsis states, without a ticket to Hollywood.
Where's my gold ticket? I'm not fit for podcasts.
No, what you mean to say, Nick, is you're not fit for podcasts after an hour and 30 minutes. Nobody wants to take her stupid film. She screens it at a couple different companies, and things that we're still working out the kinks there, just making sure it makes sense legally.
Legally!
They don't understand that.
They don't know.
They don't know.
What's left unsaid?
Here's a hint. It goes on right outside of his window.
Locked out.
Plan B, to have her film not go to complete waste, she posts it, naturally, online.
And somehow, through the teeming hordes of porn and death videos on Vimeo, Building the Future managed to come on top.
Yeah. So it gains like a The Room type cult status.
It's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, it's like if Shrekfest was focused around the hatred of Lord Farquaad. Kind of makes sense. So it's this cultural phenomenon, and people are like, good, but they like make T-shirts of like the construction workers and like the things that they say.
This is my favorite quote from Jerry McDougal.
Yeah.
He says, "What's someone
Yeah.
If you can't tell, the only reason why we chose to make the movie The Construction Workers Scottish is because we've been watching Limmy's show.
Yeah, and and Scottish people sound so funny.
So
You can understand the damn thing they're saying. So she does get the attention that she desired ever so strongly, but it's not quite. They're laughing at her. They're still enjoying it, but they're laughing at her. So that's all she has. So she's left with, we could make, capitalizing off the success of this film, we could make another film that's about like...
Okay, I guess I'll be your one-trick pony and I'll cash in.
Yeah, Ara's best friend Audrey. They kind of made the film together, and they were friends. Should we even go that far? So they were best friends at one point, and then they... kind of drifted apart, and then they came back for film school. That led to them Building the Future together. Audrey is spearheading a new documentary that's about that documentary, Building the Future, and it's also called Building the Future.
It's like a multiverse of paradoxes. And
All the possibilities. What's left unsaid? Half lives, half lived.
How did something so stupid even get made?
We want the backstory. We want the untold tidbits.
Oh, give me the leg of the chicken too.
I'll have one chicken wing, please.
So then there's the prompts, the prompts are like, hey, people are interested,
Yeah,
How did something like this even end up getting made?
Yeah, there's a demand. There's an outcry. Like, what the hell went down here?
We want more. We want more.
Gummies. 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 So, it's not, it's not real. We're manufacturing truths, which makes us hypocrites.
I believe the term is hypocrites.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So will you give that to me? Will you give me everything that you own? Yeah.
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 What? Oh.
Oh, taxes. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one?
Pulls out a shotgun.
That one? Taxes? Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to talk to him. So that is building the future. So not
This
only
is $1 million idea. Don't steal, please. Copyright patent pending.
we'll put a big block, a big wall of text, copyright jargon on the screen, so that they don't steal this idea. Because if we find out that someone else is making building the future,
We're gonna kill him.
if you think we're gonna fade into obscurity, you better lawyer up, buddy. Stamp that stolen joke.
Do you honestly think that they would still put up with the amount of dead air and speaking without saying a word that's been going on for this past 30 minutes?
I hope so. My dedicated following of hounds.
If they really like me.
Just kill it.
Just rip that shit off like a band-aid. This is
Our Beautiful
Our
Mind.
Beautiful Minds. So stay tuned in like 6 years for building the future, where you really, really, really will get to see Our Beautiful Minds in action. This is like kitty litter, okay? But soon we're gonna be driving in limos. We're gonna be doing donuts in the parking lot, drinking champagne. La, 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 la,
Shut that shit off! Now!
Yeah.